Hi everyone, it's Sarah Ryan, the Events and Fundraising Coordinator at Mater Day here, and I thought it'd be great to connect with Mrs. Twine as we are looking at some wonderful lessons about Tokyo. Hi Mrs. Twine.
Hello everybody.
I hope everyone has been able to watch some of the exciting action at the Olympics so far. You'll notice that I've got in my background Tokyo 2020, so that's the logo for the Olympics. But it does seem a bit strange that it says 2020, even though we're now in 2021. But the reason for that is the Olympics is held every 4 years. So the Olympics was supposed to be last year, but it got postponed because of COVID-19. So luckily it's gone ahead this year, but they're still just calling it Tokyo 2020. So I hope it doesn't get too confusing, but the best thing is all of the athletes are over there and they're doing a great job racing and competing for Australia. Mrs. Twine, have you been able to watch any of the action?
I have. It's been very exciting with lots of medals.
Oh, I know. Lots of Aussie gold, silver and bronze, which I love. Yay! All right. Today we thought we might connect because we had a great idea while the Olympics was on. How can we look at it in terms of a STEM challenge? So today we've got a Tokyo Olympics STEM challenge for all of our secondary students, and hopefully this will be something that you're really keen to get involved in. So I've got to say thanks to Mrs. Twine for working on this. I'm really excited about it. We're going to talk about why Tokyo 2020 has the aim of being the greenest games ever held. So Mrs. Twine, what does that mean?
Well, to be green means to use less energy and reduce the amount of waste and pollution produced as a result of the event.
Well, that's a really good concept because when you think about it, 11,000 athletes are coming from all over the world to be in that one little village together, and they'll be eating lots of food and drinking lots of drinks. So they'll be creating and making a lot of waste and garbage, won't they? So it is a good goal to reduce the waste and pollution and to recycle.
Yep, that's right, Sarah. Like at home, we have our recycling bins, which we put certain plastics and paper and cardboard into. At my house, it has a yellow lid. The other rubbish goes in the bin with the red lid. So we keep them separate. I also read, Sarah, that the driverless vehicles are electric at the Olympics. So there is no pollution from the petrol that most cars use.
Isn't that outstanding? So this is something brand new. I've never seen this before that they're doing in the Olympic Village, is having these driverless vehicles. So the athletes can hop on and off these buses and there's no one driving it, and they can actually command it where to go, and it's pre-programmed. So it follows a routine around the village and it doesn't have anyone behind the wheel. Does that seem crazy, Mrs. Twine?
It might seem a little crazy the first time you go for a ride in one, as it seems so different with no driver. However, I am sure that the engineers would have tested the cars plenty of times beforehand, so they are safe and any improvements have been identified and fixed.
I'm just bringing up a picture now so everyone can see. This is what they look like. I'm a bit in the way, sorry. So I think, oh, can you see that? So I think this is where the front of the bus is, and they're the doors, and I think they can fit about 7 people standing inside them, and they can also take wheelchairs, so they can have athletes come in and sit quite safely with their wheelchairs. So that's really important too. So to allow these driverless cars and buses to work, I was reading that the athletes, they can use their mobile phone, so they can get an app, and that's how they can order the bus or the car to come and pick them up. And when they hop in, they just use a voice command to tell it when to start. And the bus follows that preset route and uses coding, which I know our students are very familiar with. The buses stop at certain bus stops, and it also knows how to detect when someone is waiting to cross at a pedestrian crossing. So that's really good.
It is also good to know that the staff monitor the buses' movements from a central control station, as all the buses have video cameras in them showing their route, and they can send out more buses if there is a long waiting time.
That's important because you don't want to be standing around waiting for a bus. And I know if you have a look at the picture here behind me, these buses also use cameras outside of them to monitor. So they do these 4D scanning. So those two, I think those two lights there on the front, they act as a bit of a scan so they can see what's happening outside. And they also have cameras inside them to scan the passengers' movements and to see, I guess, how many people are in the bus. So it's a very technical vehicle, which I guess it needs to be. And if all goes smoothly, apparently Toyota plan to roll out more of these driverless buses in the future.
What a great idea. Sarah, how about we try to use coding to plan a route to transport our Mater Dei students from school to the Mount Annan Leisure Centre, where we hold our swimming carnival every year. We could program a code to transport our own Mater Dei athletes safely in a driverless bus.
Mrs. Twine, this is a great idea. I love this STEM challenge. Now, is it an easy thing to do? Do our students know how to do coding?
Well, I'm going to show you a worksheet that you can download at home and have a go at coding.
Okay.
You'll need to download and print a copy of this roadmap and see if you can draw the direction arrows needed to design the code for the driverless bus to transport our Mater Dei athletes from school. So starting down here where it says MD for Mater Dei, and to see if you can follow the route to get to the Mount Annan Leisure Centre, which is over here on our map. You can count the grid boxes for distance along each road.
I love it, Mrs. Twine. That's a really good map too. I can follow that quite easily. And I can see that there's a few stops and roundabouts and things to navigate on the road. So you need to take all of that into consideration, I guess, don't you?
That's right. If you have a go at home, we'd love you to take a photo and to send your coding back to myself or your class teacher. You can email a photo of your coding worksheet, and we'd love to see if you can organise your driverless bus from Mater Dei to the swimming carnival.
Great, just like one of these. Imagine seeing these on the road around Mater Dei in the future. Wow. Now, before we go, Mrs. Twine, I thought I'd share with all of our students the beautiful mascots from the Tokyo Olympics. Here we've got Miratoa and Samiati. So you might see them on the TV during the Olympics. They're cheering for all of our athletes, just like you and me, Mrs. Twine. Go Aussie go as we finish the Olympics, and good luck to everybody who's taking on this STEM challenge today. Bye.
Bye.